What is going on, everyone? This is, in case you don't know me yet and you're new to my channel, Marcel Kiefer, and I'm a Formula 1 esports driver for Red Bull Racing Esports, and I've competed in the F1 2021 Esports Pro Series. I will show you my onboard from the final race of the season, which was the title decider between Jarno Oppmer and my teammate Frederick Rasmussen, where I played a crucial part in it, and it was quite controversial. Some people thought I was dirty, but most people, and especially you guys that are gonna see this video, you will see that I put on a defensive masterclass considering how close the esports grid is and how difficult it is to keep cars behind. And I will talk you throughout this whole race. I don't know if I will skip some parts. I think we will. Especially in the parts where pretty much nothing is happening. But I will teach you through what was going on in my head, what I was trying to do, and how we proceeded through that race, and why. Actually, well, you will maybe find out in the end. In case you haven't seen it, I won't spoiler the end result. But for those that know it, you know what happened. Yeah, I was actually super excited because this was one of my best tracks and I performed well. Nicolas Longway put on a stellar performance in qualifying and out-qualified me actually by, I think it was over a 10th, a tiny bit more than over a 10th. With a 5.8, I only did a 6.0. My PB was also 5.8. A bit quicker than his actual lap, but his PB was a low 0.8, so this man was on fire on this track, and I couldn't beat him, but I think I was the second fastest over one lap, by far, and I love this track. Kiefer Lagers, you know it, and in the race it looked a bit different, because we started on the mediums, Nicolas Longway started on the soft, so there was a bit more of a challenge. Everyone behind, aside from Alvaro Carreton, was also on medium, so I was the first medium runner if I get a good start, and we got a good start, you will see that in a second. And my only goal in this race was, because you can see Frederick Rasmussen P10, he had to win the race, and Jarno Oppmer had to finish 9th or lower, so that Freddy wins the championship, the Drivers' Championship. So my task was to basically do a Checo Perez, slow down the field, so Freddy can run a different strategy. Initially, I thought about pitting Freddy early, going for an early undercut from mediums to softs, because the softs last long, sorry. And from there on, like, I would try and bunch them up for one lap, then pit the same lap, then bunch him up again, because I would be the leading car. But because Nicolas was on the softs, I couldn't do that. It kind of changed the dynamic, and I was thinking throughout the race, what could I do to help him? And in the end, I had to force them to go. Like, I had to force Freddy to go long, even though he didn't want to. But you will see if it works out or not. But I would say, let's get the racing going, check out the start, see how it goes, and it's lights out and away we go. And of course, Nicolas Longway got a great start here. Lucas Blakely, just the defensive game. Jarno already trying to go for a move. Not much aside from that. We keep the position. That's pretty much it for the first lap. We are trying to, like, of course you can also see we're using a lot of ERS to try and stay within the DRS of Nicolas Longway, which we actually didn't manage to hold, unfortunately. Nico was just too quick, especially in the middle sector. I think we were running much lower wings than them during the race, which you will also see on the straights. Like, we were fast on the straights, but we struggled in the middle sector. And of course, he's on fresher tires, on better tires, so he will have more grip in the middle sector. But the amount of grip he had was insane, so there was definitely a setup difference. We were on lower wings, they were on higher wings, and that all played into the whole dynamic of how this race played out, because you can see everyone behind me, aside from Carreton already making moves up to P5, and is probably trying to fight his way through because he doesn't want to get hold up from us. And actually he plays a crucial part in this whole race. I will maybe accelerate that a tiny bit. Let me check out the HUD. I think we cannot do anything aside from this here. We can change the camera. So from here, not much is happening for, I think, we will skip to the end of lap 2, because this is gonna be, I think, where the first DRS zone is. So you can see we are out of DRS just by 2 tenths. Unfortunately, we are on 51% ERS, so not too bad. If we compare it, for example, right now to Lucas Blakely, he probably had more because he was following, but he was more or less on the similar level. He was on 62%. So it wasn't too bad what we did there, considering we were the leading car. Usually you burn way more ERS. And Alvaro Carreton was behind us, charging. He charged through the field. You can see Blakely with the DRS, so now it's getting a bit more tricky for us. If Blakely wants to put on a move, then we have to kind of either fight him or stick behind him, but I think he probably wants to stick within our DRS so he can save his battery and tires. But that also means Carleton sees that and he knows he has to make progress, so Carleton is about to make a move at the end of this lap on Lucas Blakely, and Blakely is not going to fight it because he knows he has the slower tires and he knows that Carleton will help us if he's in the lead. So on the broadcast it looked like Carleton did an amazing move, but if you see it, especially from Blakely's perspective, that was quite obvious. I'm braking so much because I know Carleton is on the inside, Blakely is far behind, and Lucas will see that I will brake to let Carleton go, because at this stage we can probably, especially with the DRS on the next straight, which I will get by letting him go, I will stick with Carleton within his DRS, and that means our whole medium train is holding soft pace. So actually Carleton didn't go for a brilliant move, even though it was good that he overtook. It wasn't anything special. I just pressed the brakes more than usual so he can go past. I didn't want to defend him, you can see that. I braked really, really long and just let him go. So I have the DRS because there was the DRS detection zone. Blakely right behind, I was a bit worried. I was thinking, is he going for a move? But Lucas is quite a smart guy. He knows to play the long game. He doesn't do anything there. You can see I'm lifting, just sticking within the DRS of Alvaro Carleton to save my ERS. Now I have to use a bit more and try to stick with him because still his tires are faster, I think, until lap 10 more or less. So he can try and force a gap. It's already 6/10, and at the end, where the DRS detection is, right now look, it's already 8/10, one more corner to go, and he has way more traction. It's probably around 9/10, yeah, 9/10, and the DRS detection zone is exactly on this line where we are right now. You can see it here. So this was all we needed to do, and with this, we basically run the same pace as Nicolas Longe. It was 2.6 seconds between Alvaro and Nico, and from here on, nothing happened, literally nothing, until lap, I think already, yeah, this lap was important, because Daniel Harad pitted in lap 6. He was a medium runner and he pitted in lap 6, so he kicked off the first people to pit, and he made a massive undercut because the undercut is strong, and we pitted at the end of lap 8. I think some other people pitted here. Let's go to the end of lap 8, so you can see all of us are pitting, but the thing is also Nicolas Longe from the softs to the mediums, which was surprising. I thought he would go longer because he knew he had to play the long game, but at the same time, if we go in that early, we would undercut him and it would be game over. Kind of his strategy. Due to Alvaro Carleton, his strategy was already ruined, so he couldn't technically win the race anymore because of track position. Like, we can just overtake him, then we'll get tricky. It would have been hard for him no matter what. Despite his pace advantage, yeah. So the strategy just didn't help him a lot. Then also, Job and Blakely followed us. So Longe went in, we went in, and we had a good pit stop. Didn't get held or anything. And then it was crucial for us to stay ahead of Daniel Harad. You can already see that racing points are right here with Blakely and Harad here, and if he would have slipped through, this whole race would have turned into something different. So we timed it to perfection. We timed the gap to perfection, we stayed ahead, and from here on I knew, okay, they will try and get track positions because it's 2.7 seconds now between us and Longe. And we need to catch up to Longe to keep up the ERS and to also make sure we can save ERS and get the track position. And also what I wanted to do is help out Freddy. In the end, I wasn't racing for a win. My only goal was make Freddy win. And from P10, that's very unlikely on such a tight grid. And the next thing was then slowing down Jano. And you can see we are pushing with ERS like crazy. Everywhere. You can see overtake here. And I think even made it maybe out of this corner. Yeah, tiny bit. Tiny bit here. And now full-on spam here, but you can see we already made up 7 tenths because the softs are so much quicker. And Longe is 2 seconds off from Simon Weigang, who didn't pit and also tried to help out his teammate, Crashnader. So our ERS is so low, but we could defend from Blakely. Like, Blakely was just sticking behind. Also couldn't really make a move, but it was crucial that we stick ahead of Blakely, because otherwise with the track position we would lose out big time. And Lucas also knew that at this stage, but our straight line speed was so good that we kind of could carry the momentum, which probably Lucas also didn't expect. But we are literally on 0% ERS. I'm just spamming everything out of it because we're with 1 second and I need the DRS to stick with longer. I need it now on this lap, otherwise this will probably end up in tears, but we are already close. He of course has more wings, and I knew that. I was like, okay, it will still be tricky, but we have the grip advantage. And then there was also Simon Weigang right ahead of him. I don't know if he got it already this lap. No, this was probably also a big help for us, because now we didn't really need to use much. I still used ERS just to make sure we stay ahead of Lucas. I literally spam it to 0. Lucas of course sees me flashing, whilst Lucas probably has quite a lot of ERS. I don't know actually, let's have a look. He has 60%, we have 0, and he sees us flashing, so he knew, okay, he's in control. Whilst I was just trying to like maintain track position and then recover the ERS. In the background you can see Job fighting with Haddad, with Karaton Haddad. But now we have the DRS, and this is important. I knew already Simon Weigang was slow because he didn't pit yet, and he's still on the medium. So he was like the slow tires that we had at the beginning, just 11 laps old. And with this, I knew I could stick behind, save my ERS, and then to some point when I need to take over to help Freddy, I will take over the lead and slow them down. But until then, I try and, you can see I'm right now at 6% ERS. We're literally just sticking behind, nothing's happening. Like literally, you can even see us. Longer thought probably we want to go for a move, but we are just slowing down, doing nothing. We had 25% ERS. Now at the end of lap 12, still not going for a move, just chilling, trying to lose time, because all that I had to do is make us and the whole pack lose time in a legal way, of course. To make Freddy benefit, so he can still stay out on mediums and have at the end insanely fresh softs. And Freddy's concern, I think it was this lap already, or lap 13, where he was actually asking or saying he needs to pit. That's when you can hear me shout, no, stay out, we need you on the freshest compound. Like, we need you to stay out as long as possible. I have this under control, trust me. And he was like, alright. He thought he already lost it there, because I think Moreno, Shooter and Idowu and everyone else would pit and overtake him with an undercut, which also I think happened. At the same time, I still slowed him down enough so he can just drive past him again. So here we are closer, but we still don't go for a move. You can see us like fake, then brake. There was enough space to brake it, so I knew I could brake a bit on the straight. Yeah, like all calculated, nothing really happened. But we were losing a lot of time, of course. Like, it was 8.8 seconds to Mattis van Erven, and then there were another couple of seconds between. And you can see Weigang even like blinking with his ears, and he was just helping out his teammate Time and Shooter. He basically played the same game, but he didn't really slow down. Like, he really didn't slow down. And as soon as you jump on board with me, you can hear what I'm doing. I pulled a Checo Perez performance from Abu Dhabi, which he did against Hamilton, against the whole esports field, which was crazy. It was literally, you have never seen something like that before. And I know there's a lot of drivers that probably were frustrated, because I think there were also some wing damages, not caused by me, but by the whole field just being slow. I think this is the lap where I'm overtaking, because I know Freda wants to pit lap 14. Everyone else I think is pitting. If I'm not wrong, yep. And I'm going for the move to force the Alpine through. Blakely also going for a brilliant move there, actually. That was super smart. If he would have been behind, it might have even helped us a bit more. But I knew, okay, I have to get past Longue. So lose already more time by fighting. You can see the gap to Fred at 12.5 seconds at this stage. We are still, that was actually awesome. You will see in the next few laps, Longue and me, we had past, which was a bit more hectic. And there will be some moments, but we are both really at the limit. But these kind of battles, look at this, perfect. Like, he could have probably even squeezed me more. It was an awesome fight with Longue here. And I knew from last year he would give up the position, because that was what happened last year. Like, I would just go down the outside there. But now, listen to my engine from this area onwards. And look at the gap to Freddy. Just to clarify, I never brake checked. I always just lift and coasted. And everyone behind, if they want to make a move, they can go for a move. But if they decide to stick behind, then whatever happens is their fault. And that's what I did. It's a bit of a gray area, but it's legal by rules, because the leading car dictates the pace. And the cars following has to adjust to it. And if they don't pass me, then they have to hold my pace in some way. And I didn't block, I didn't brake check, I didn't do anything illegal. And I know there are some people that probably think I did some illegal stuff. If you want to believe that, do it. Everyone knows that I'm one of the cleanest drivers, and I'm smart. And this was just a situation to help out Freddy. And even though it was, I can understand if people see it maybe as frustrating, but it wasn't illegal. It was maybe also not the most cleanest, but it wasn't illegal. It was still within the rules of driving. Now listen to my engine. I'm already going in higher gears, and now just lifting. Look how I'm bunching everyone up. Going slowly on the throttle, letting it roll, late on the power. Like, look how everyone's bunching up. And look at the gap now to Freddy. It's 13.2, so it already went up 7/10, whilst we are on fresh tires. And there's just one lap. Waiting again with the throttle, and now I'm making something really, really smart. So, Longue didn't see this coming. Which, honestly, I cannot blame him, because it's quite odd to do what I'm doing here. Like, he did that in USA before the DRS detection, which failed, and Jarno did it in Mexico. But in this corner to do it, it's quite weird. But I took the inside just to defend, and then brake really hard on early, so I wouldn't brake check anyone. And so he's alongside me. He didn't see it, and so he was right alongside me. And I was like, alright, we can either play the game that you're slowing down on and I'm slowing down, so nobody goes, and everyone is sponged up. Or you go and I get the DRS and then I overtake him again. And that's also what happened. So round 1 goes to me. I could slow them down once in the middle sector. Now it's 13.7 to Freddy. So I made up 1.2 seconds alone in the middle sector for Freddy. And he's pitting now. So I'm oh, is he still staying out 1 lap? No, he's pitting right now. So I'm overtaking Longue again and pushing as much as I can. So I'm ahead again in the middle sector. And Freddy is coming out, I think, because I cost them all so much time, right in front of Moreno. So he actually didn't get undercut. With the slowing down part, I actually slowed down the field so much that even the guys that undercutted Freddy didn't undercut him because they lost a lot of time, which was brilliant. So I was ahead here again. I knew already this lap also. Same thing again. You can hear now already how early I lift into the corner and how long. I'm just lifting. Late on the, like, half throttle. I'm not brake checking any time or brake dragging. I'm literally just lifting. Bit defensive. Lifting again. You can see behind there's a lot of chaos with that. Like, but I'm not like brake checking or anything. Nicolas Longue and Blakely, for example, they can go past each other. They can also go past me. If they want to, they decided not to. And now, because I knew Nicolas Longue would expect me to do the same thing again, I faked missing the corner and waited for him to slow down. When I noticed he was slowing down, look at my ERS. I'm pushing, I'm going flat out to create a gap that would keep me even with the DRS. Now it's 5/10 with a good exit and his medium traction. It's 5/10. I'm spamming my ERS to have another lap. So we costed everyone so much time again, and Freddy's on the freshest tires. Like, we are like 6 lap older tires or something like that, and Freddy on brand new softs until the end. So from P12 he's right now charging through the field, and I'm doing my best to just hold everyone up. And you can see it is not dirty. It is not dirty. It is edgy, and you can understand the frustration. And I would too. But due to the circumstance, like, I had nothing, no other option. You can see I'm already lifting, coasting here again, because I knew I had another middle sector where I can control the pace and slow them down. And I do the same thing all over again. You can hear the engine. And really late on the power. Yeah. Oh my god. But you can see I'm not brake checking or anything. I'm literally just letting the car roll. And look, this, do you see the Rolex sign? Right underneath my head, down here where I'm pointing with my chin. That's Freddy already. On fresh softs. And some are on mediums. 3 cars are on mediums at least. The others are on older softs. Can I check the tire age? No, I can't, sorry. But yeah. And now I knew, okay, he will probably know, okay, I've already played both my tactical cards. Now I'm trying it again, with what I did in the first lap. But Longo learned his lesson and slowed down early enough. But look, because of this, like, actually, I'm not on the racing line, so I'm not brake checking anyone. I realize, okay, he's not coming through. So I'm just like driving slow, letting the car roll, and going late on the power. But with Longo, he's braking now much harder on the racing line, and a lot of people behind don't see that coming. So there's like a chain reaction, which is not caused by me, actually. So Blakely is trying to avoid him and going for a move, while Sebastian Schopp is going for Blakely's position there. Then in the background, Ari Borman, I think, hit Alvaro. With that, slowed down a bit with the physics of the game. I think Ori broke his wing. And then with that, Yoni hits him in the rear. And pushes him with that again into Alvaro, and Yoni breaks his wing. Then we had a little wiggle on the exit, but like I said, I couldn't do there anything. That wasn't my fault. And I understand if people are frustrated, but I cannot do anything. And this is literally just the hardest defensive action I can deliver to help out my teammate. I was just trying to be a teammate. And in a normal race, I would, of course, never go that slow or lift or anything, but I did do nothing against the rules, just to clarify that, because I have seen a lot of hate from people, a lot of abuse online. And also adding to that Jano, I think, one time mentioned during the race, which I will still like show you, that I was trying to take him out. I was in the heat of the moment, and probably Jano, looking back at it, he understood what I was doing, and I wasn't trying to take anyone out or like do anything stupid there. I was just trying to help out Freddy as much as I could, because the only way he could win this championship is Jano in P9 or lower and Freddy P1, so I had to slow them down. And now this is a crucial moment. I'm trying to help out Sebi a bit with the slipstream. Now Blakely is flying through, and I was thinking, okay, let like Longo going for a really, really close move to the wall, and I squeezed him as much as I could, then Sebi on the outside. And I was like from the past thinking, okay, is he gonna squeeze me off? In that moment, like when everything's going so fast, I expected him to push me off, which in the end he didn't, so I just opted to cut the corner where I got a warning and nearly lost the car. With that, I pushed him off again, and I think he got actually an illegal overtake, which got removed. So it was really hard racing. I'm sorry for the illegal overtake for him, but it anyways got removed, so it didn't matter. Yeah, there was some really, like, it was on the edge, everything, and my corner cut was, of course, off, deserved. my corner cut warning. I was just in the heat of the moment, not knowing what's going on, rather avoiding a collision and just driving through so we could continue, because last year it was a bit more dirty between us, and I didn't want that to happen again. So yeah, and now we are stuck here. Like, Blakely gone with the softs, like pretty much gone. So I was thinking, okay, I still have to lose some time, because you can see Freddy's already in P7. So the Red Bull behind Carton, you can see him there. That is Freddy. And we are technically in some way in P2, P3. So he is in the mix for the win somehow. Like, Freddy's pace was actually not good. He didn't practice a lot for this track. And we helped him out so much that he actually managed to be faster than anyone else. So we went for a move, Longo weaving on the straight, hitting me tiny bit. Nothing happened, just some pretty hard racing. Then here you can see him pushing me off. I was like, nope. From the offboard it looks maybe a bit more interesting. So he hits me. I was like, nah. Sliding back in. With that, I think I had the DRS here as well because of Blakely. Then we go side by side again. Both pretty much anticipating what's gonna happen. Everything is on the limit. He's already blinking with the DRS, with the ERS, and trying to stay within Blakely's DRS. And actually, I think dropping Blakely out of the DRS was better for Freddy, because that means the cars are a bit more spread. He just has to overtake two guys, and then he can hold his pace. And for the winner, then he has just the winner. Or the leading car. Like, he has no one to worry about more. It was better to have one car splitting away, which was in this case Blakely, and let Freddy do the job later. I couldn't manage it any way else. So, and now one thing which I still don't understand is, I think this is the lap where I think Sebi is actually going for a move on me. Like, Jano didn't do anything. Like, look how far Jano is away. He would never go for a move. And with this, I ruined my run. Like, I didn't understand why Sebi went for a move there. We are not really working together, AlphaTauri and Red Bull, on track. But I was still hoping, because we all knew what was on the line for Freddy, that like he wouldn't attack in that way. I understood that he was probably thinking Jarno would go for a move, he didn't. And with this, it ruined my complete run through here. Like we were literally side by side and Longo could run away. Otherwise, look, we actually, like he's struggling with ERS, we are struggling, and Sebi is going again for a move. So he's then not going for the inside, but I'm so close to Longo that I have to go. Like, if we would have not had that battle with Sebi, I probably could have overtaken him before this corner and slowed him down again once more. And Sebi could have probably driven through with Freddy on the next long straight. So with this, like, I brake too late, he accelerates too early, we do literally a Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton. With this, Sebi is fully alongside, and I realized already I have the virtual mirror on in the game. So at this point, I'm like, okay, great. So Sebi is taking over the position. I cannot control it anymore. But I see Mercedes behind and was like, okay, this is Jarno. Freddy on the outside. I will lift in this corner. And you can actually see like Jarno was accelerating pretty much. I was really happy that he didn't break his wing there. Well, it wasn't even the biggest contact, but it could happen in a bad case. Like he was pushing me big time. I was not braking. Like initially I need to brake here, but that was not when Jarno was right behind. And then from here on I lift just a tiny bit on the throttle so Freddy can easily go through. And I then hold the line. Jarno's going for the inside move. We are still side by side. And a lot of people saying I was trying to take out Jarno, like at the end of the race, because there was a move where Jarno and I made contact, which you will see, and I will fully explain why we made contact and that it wasn't on purpose. It's just hard racing. But now look at this. A lot of people told me I was trying to take out Jarno. If I was trying to take out Jarno, and even Jarno knew that, I would never do that. But if I was trying to take him out, I could have literally pushed him off here. Like, look at my steering wheel inputs. I'm literally steering all the way. I hear there's contact, but I can do nothing more. Like, I'm trying to give him as much space as I can. And Jarno's turning a tiny bit more, but also he's making the corner and everything. And there is literally perfect space. Like, look at this. I'm giving Jarno exactly the room that he needs to still stay within the track limits and also to not push him off. A lot of people told me, why didn't you push him off onto the grass? Because that's not what I want to do. You know, I want to help out Freddy, but not at the cost of taking out the rival. Like, Jarno fought well and hard all year long, and this would be not fair. I also would never like that. And there have been a couple of esports drivers actually telling me, why didn't you push Jarno just off there? That's not me. And this is, for me, full proof that no matter what I tried in the race, I was never trying to take Jarno out of the race or like ruin his race. Because in the end, he's close to the grass, I'm on the track. If I open my steering wheel later, I would push him fully onto the grass, no matter what. And this would have probably been GG, and he would have lost the championship, because look how many cars there are behind. We are P5 and 6, 7, 8, 9. And there are more cars. With grass, they would be right behind. Okay? So, just to clarify, I was not doing anything to take out Jarno. Like, look how perfectly clean this is. This is why I also love racing Jarno. All the time, like when we have battles like in Spa, for example, there's so much respect between us. It's always on the limit, but we are always giving each other enough room. Look at this move from him, also beautiful, executed. He had, I think, 1 lap fresher tires. And with the fighting and everything, I think my tires were also a bit more worn than his. But nothing I could do there. Left him exactly the space that he needed. Didn't push him onto the grass. And he makes the move stick. And from there on, I was trying everything to get past him again. Because I knew what my plan was to, like in the corners, for example, if I would be on the inside here, I would brake a bit earlier, so he would be on the outside. I would try to force him a bit wider than I usually would, like take the corner exit a bit wider, but not off the track, just like within the track limits, force them a bit wider, that maybe one car at a time slips through to help out Freddy with the track position, which in the end, that's why I'm pushing so much now, to get past him. I didn't manage to do. It was just like, I couldn't do more. I was already, I think I costed the whole field 9 seconds. And Freddy, look at him. Look where Blakely is. And look where Freddy is. He is actually out of ERS, but he has so much grip. He's 2 seconds now behind Blakely. And I think he's already going for the move. I cannot do much here. Paratron's tires should be better at the end. Longer defending hard, but fair. Like, everyone's out of ERS. Everyone is fully on the limit. And I saw Jarno going for a move here. And I was thinking about going for the outside, but I just run out of grip and Jarno stays ahead again. Nothing I could do there. I think actually the lap before. Wait. I think I faked Jarno here into the corner. Yeah. Like, I was faking him to, like, go for a dive, so he has to defend, which worked, but also didn't help me with the run. So, yeah. On the next lap, literally nothing happening again. Cannot do much. I have barely any ERS, they have neither, so it's just like a battle of trying to stick close and maybe forcing someone into an error. Jarno has so much pressure, imagine. Something goes wrong, he lost the championship probably, because Freddy's on a good run. So here, I think he's going for a move maybe on Chop again, but it's not making it stick. And look at Freddy, he's only 1.4 seconds behind with a couple of laps to go, and he has like 6 lap pressure tires than Blakely. We literally nailed it perfectly that I hold up Freddy so much and we kept them long out. Tried to fake Jarno again, this time it didn't work. And I literally tried everything. I threw everything at him. I literally drove as hard on the limit as I could with these bit older tires and my low ERS and everything. I was just trying to help out Freddy as much, and look how close I am, look how close I am. I'm closing in, and I think this is actually a lap where I go for a big dive, but this is like usually I don't go for big dives, but this was like the biggest dive I've done in recent history, and it was successful, but I also didn't want to risk hitting Jarno, so I kept it a bit more smooth on the brakes and like braked a bit longer. You can see that. Or is it? Okay, it's next lap. All this like build up for nothing. But yeah, then here again another lap. Jarno with a great run, but cannot make anything work because everyone is out of ERS. Everyone is in the same boat. Like, if everyone's on 0 ERS, but with ERS, you have kind of the same straight line speed. And look at the train behind us. It was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And Dani Moreno got taken out because of desync between him and Josh Idowu. So Josh didn't see him and took him out in turn 1, I think. Which was a really unlucky for him. But that meant with Alvaro, Josh, Simon, and the 2 Haas, and Jarno right ahead of me, there was a chance for Jarno if I would push him a bit to the limit so he makes mistakes and maybe get a couple of cars through whilst fighting him, that Freddy is winning the championship. We just needed Jarno in P9 if Freddy wins. And Freddy is already within the DRS of Blakely. I think this is the lap now. Look at this dive. This was actually Danny Ricciardo-like. It was crazy from how far back I've dived him. He was already late on the brakes, but look at me. That was insane. No lockup, but I was just a bit worried that I would hit them. So, yeah. We moved back. Nothing worked here. Unlucky. Another try, but you could see I was really on the limit. Like, look at this dive. Oh, I was so late on the brakes. Crazy. Yeah, it was really hard racing, but it was everything on the limit, everything fair. According to at least how I see it, and I think also to the rulebook. I know there's also been some team owners that were complaining, calling it dirty or whatever, but I think seeing this onboard, you can see it's definitely not dirty, it's hard racing, and I never risked taking Jarno out. Didn't want to risk it. I think Josh tried to fake a move there, I'm not sure. Yeah, he was trying something, but I didn't even notice that because I was so focused on Jarno. Jarno's still trying something. We're now going for the final lap, and you can see Lucas is still in front of Freddy, but Freddy now has the DRS, and he's just flying past. So we are trying again to do something in this lap. It's the final one. Maybe they're all so close, and Freddy did everything he could. I did everything I could to help out Freddy, but I tried to do a tiny bit more. So look at the run. I was literally in this corner. You basically cannot make up much time, especially because of the dirt here. And I was on lower wings and probably most of the field. I was sending it like I've never sent it before. Look how close I got to Jano's rear. And I was like just trying to get something done. A final little try of helping out Freddy. Look at this. It's crazy how close I am. Look at this exit. I'm literally with less than a tenth. Like, look at that distance between Jano and me. Like, look at this. This is literally the level of F1 Esports. Like, the front wing is literally underneath his rear wing, underneath the flashlight. It is so incredibly close. I was sending it like crazy, and well, because of the angle of everything and Jano being smart and positioning his car a bit more to the right, I tried to go for a dive, and this went horribly wrong, and I really apologize for that to Jano. I already did. First thing I did after the race, you can ask Jano. I sent him a DM, sorry for that little tap at the end. Didn't mean to. This is why Jano said I'm trying to take him out or something, which, looking back at it, he would probably admit I didn't try to. I was literally just with this run here, having a last shot at maybe getting past him, and then forcing him to give a 1-2 position, something, just to give Freddy a final shot. And it went wrong. I damaged my wing, I hit Jano, and he lost a bit control. I'm happy that nothing big happened there. But you can see I'm literally slowing down right away because I knew not like this. Like, if we beat Jano, then on track, fairly. I wanted him to catch his car. I slowed down, I lifted, I braked, you can hear me brake. Just to slow down, and so nobody gets past. Because I knew they were all like seeing this, and they were of course aware about the situation. So I let Jano go again. My front wing is now also damaged, and from here, because of that damage, I have no downforce. I literally get overtaken by all of them. So this was pretty much race done for me. But yeah, I've never tried to take out Jano. This was literally just racing at the limit. It's the level of F1 Esports, and we also make mistakes sometimes. And this was as close as it was to the limit and a tiny bit above, but I then recovered and gave Jano the space that he needed to just drive away. And in the end, because of desync it looks like it, but Freddy won the race, Blakely P2, I think Sebi P3, and then Jano P4. And we finished, unfortunately, P11 or P9 or something. I don't know, I don't remember. Yeah, we got, unfortunately, not the result that we wanted. But I gave it my all. Freddy finished, I think, 6 points behind Jano, and Jano is the well-deserved two-time champion in a row in F1 Esports now. He did a great job, and we tried to throw everything at him. This year, I think we just didn't do a good enough job. I will also make a season recap if you guys want that. I will also show you most of the other races, but I think this is the most important one. This is the most recent one, the most exciting one, where a lot of people praise me as the Checo Perez of F1 Esports. And it was really, I was so nervous, and afterwards I was literally crying because I was so mad that Freddy didn't win. I was literally crying. Yeah, this was really emotional. I threw everything. I completely slaughtered my own race to make Freddy win. I tried to be the perfect teammate, and I think I did what I could. And unfortunately, it wasn't enough. Jano did a better job, and Mercedes also won the constructors. So applaud to them. They did a better job this year than us. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed that. If you like these kind of videos, then let me know, and I will try and shoot the other ones that I have, the onboards that I have available, that I saved the replays from online as soon as I can in whatever order. I also have the Monza victory where Freddy and I had another incredible teamwork action. But yeah, this is it, guys. I hope you liked it. In case you did, check out my Twitch channel because I'm streaming there multiple times right now, probably more or less daily in the evenings most of the time. Also check out my Instagram, drop a follow, and Twitter. See daily content about my life, myself, and when I go live, when I upload YouTube videos or whatever. If you liked the video, consider giving it a like, subscribe. Like I said, check out the socials and also hit the bell to not miss any further videos. We're now on a content grind, so there will be a lot of content coming. Take care, enjoy the festive days, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.